better see and know what's good. Monday, that old right leg just didn't have no weight at all. I'm gonna wait next November. I'm right behind me.
Hello. What's the drink? What's it crazy? That's awesome. And this is Michael. You know, I talked to him on the phone.
Where's that at?
Come here, Emily. I love you. Want this chocolate? Taylor, come here.
I think it's going to be dark.
Good to see you guys.
Let's get you all three together here.
Yeah, okay.
I want to take one more.
I'm the younger one.
Is this he's the younger one. This is Gotcha. That's something, huh?
Yeah. How you been doing?
He's the younger one. Her, you look good.
Got him. You don't take videos of taking videos?
This is a real video kind of thing. You know, we don't have any.
And she's still asleep. Hadn't got nothing of it. Isn't that something?
Please.
But you know, by the time I went back to work, you know, at 3 weeks. Hey, Brenda. That hurt. Hey, Brenda. Hey, right the ear. It's not ours. We've been trying to get a picture of Grandma, but she's been eating since we I want to get a picture. Hey, Grandpa.
Hey. Mason. Hey. But that's the first time he's done that. Yeah.
You gotta keep an edge on the farm, you know? That's what they are.
You okay?
Are they wearing necklaces? The guys wearing necklaces.
Yeah, he's still walking down.
Let's go see Grandma.
I guess that cut down on it. Just give everybody the same haircut, maybe.
Now that's legal. And
Well,
that's
looks like that.
Lovell, and that's you.
No, that's me. That's got my back, my face here. This is Quinn. See, he's the next one.
Yeah, who's that?
That's JC. This is me back here with my head. That's my back.
Oh.
See my head bent over
Oh,
there?
okay. You got something tied on your head, don't you?
I mean, now that's almost 50 minutes right there.
Well, did Grandpa didn't ever do it like Grandpa. Grandpa was in Tennessee.
I know that.
Dad built this house. Here.
Today's my birthday.
Really? Oh, happy birthday.
How old are you now?
7.
Wow.
Come here. You mess around and fall in. You stand right
Hey,
here.
them catfish would eat you up in no time.
You see him go somewhere else?
I hope you see these on film.
We're moving over somewhere else. There it goes. There it goes.
Here, Jake. You want a bunch.
Get out here on the end.
Fish on.
What? You see that? What? Cat, come up. Watch it. We went fishing.
Well, the bigger the fly going around, baby, don't come up after me.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Get out. You should have got the pen quarter out. Go get it. I'll watch Stacy.
That's a big in there.
Look at what
You mess around and fall up and one of these fish eat you.
See that big old fish ate that. See it? Eat mine.
They ain't starving, are they?
You like to fill in. Back up here. Go out there.
Watch this thing. Watch it.
I'm gonna do it right here, baby. It's too close.
It's a big brim right there.
Word.
What, about 3-4 pounds? All of them. Yeah. Oh, man.
That's a big fish too. I wish they had a guard.
Diesel engine.
No. I thought it said a gas engine.
Diesel. Yeah, sure it is.
He was talking about, I couldn't hear what he was saying. He said he just puts something, he's got a little tank and shoots it, diesel in there to make it smoke.
It might be a gas engine that way.
That's certain power.
Hey, Victor.
Doesn't sound like a diesel though.
They can see you working hard.
Yeah, go up, Jerry.
Hey.
He's still out there?
Yeah.
What about his wife?
Which one? He's on his third one now.
He is.
Yeah.
Stay right here.
First one, at Dustin, and what's the other boy's name?
What channel is this going to be on? Yeah, it's going to be on channel 31 or 48. 7, 'cause your great grandma like I am, I ain't gonna find a more have a belly.
Henry, get over here.
Henry behind LaBella, okay?
Colleen, smile.
Henry,
Don't wait yet. I can't.
just a minute while they take you.
Get over there now.
Yes, you do.
You better get over there. Get over there.
Leo needs to be in here. Come on now.
Leo.
Everybody smile.
Hey, let Cleo sit right down in there outside of JC.
Cleo needs to be in here too.
Cleo, here she is, Gail. Right here.
There's a spot for you right there.
Get right beside, get your chair there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
get up
sit
there
right
and
here by
stand.
JC.
Sit up there in that opening, Grandma.
She needs to, right here.
No, let her, she's ahead. She's the oldest one.
Come on. Yeah, you're.
They ain't going by age anymore.
Hey, well, they are, Sam. Look. Baby, come around to the oldest.
Somebody's going to have to move over and you get
Yeah, they just sit down and serve there.
I sure do love all this paint, you know.
It's running, ain't it? We'll go in a minute.
Y'all about through?
Are y'all about through with this ordeal?
Anybody else want to take one here?
Yeah.
About through with this ordeal? Hold on just a minute.
For about 5 minutes.
I got a dog.
What do you say?
Can y'all hold on?
Larry?
No, you go ahead. I can move around.
Okay. Okay, Larry, get off that couch. Great, thank you. Okay. No, I don't.
Okay, JC, you want to start talking about when y'all came?
What year you come from Georgia and so on?
Back, let's see.
It was like about 1920 because I was born right after the thing. They moved from Georgia over in Alabama.
Yeah, I think we moved over here in 19 and lived there at, well, 20.
And I was
And then
born further over. I was born over at Heflin, Alabama, just right across the Georgia line.
But I didn't know that.
Well, Dad carried me over there and showed me the house where I was born. But it wasn't too long after that then till we came on out there to Coleman somewhere. I don't know where they lived then.
Well, I remember when we came out on the train and we lived over at Welty. And that would have been 1919. And then 19 and 20, we lived at the Bolte place. Moved there in 20. Novella was born over there in 1921. And then we moved up to the White's place. Moved up there in all of 22. Clarence was born in 23 while we lived there. And then we moved down there to where Dad was raised in the fall of 23. And then Homer was born then. Clarence was born 23. And Homer was born in 25. And then Donald 28. And Sam 31.
Okay.
I can
Listen, y'all
remember
gonna
when
have
Homer
to try
was
to
born.
talk louder so we can get it on tape, okay?
Oh, okay, speak up. Say what you got to say.
You ain't get a whisper. Don't get mad.
What are y'all doing?
We're talking about our nicknames. Me and Leroy, we was Mutt and Jeff. He was Mutt and I was Jeff because I was bigger than he was.
Told I was slow and I couldn't help it.
So that stayed with
Well,
us
I was
until
slower being born, and I'm going to be slow getting out of this world. and they gave me the nickname of Granny because she was real fast, and she was always behind Papa just like that because she couldn't do enough to please him, and he'd made me mad, and I didn't care where I pleased him or not. Only I knew better not to. And we used to go to the fields, and she'd be about half a mile in front of them, and they'd say, "Come on, Granny, come on, Granny." And I hated that name. I didn't even want my grandkids to call me Granny. Because I'd been called Granny all my life.
All of y'all born in Alabama then?
Yeah, I was.
JC
JC.
was born in Georgia, wasn't he?
Georgia, man. I
They
didn't know
born
that
in
ran
Atlanta,
long.
I
Yeah,
think.
born in Atlanta.
I didn't know that. I never knew that.
You are?
Really?
That's nearly in Georgia, isn't it?
I started cooking when I was 7 years old, and I had to go and milk a cow every morning before breakfast when I was 7.
Can you talk louder?
I'll try. One time my mother, the neighbor was sick, and we had just killed some hogs, and my mother told me how to cook some pig's liver. And that's what we were going to have for lunch. She said, now Louise, you can fix this so all the kids can have some lunch. And she says you take the liver and you batter it and you put it in the skillet and fry it. And I thought by battering it she meant to take a saucer and just make it tender, you know. And I had all of this liver that was just all to pieces, and I gathered it all up, and I'm sure it was a mess, but we lived through it.
And I bet you ate it.
Huh?
I bet you ate it.
Yeah, they ate it. That's how I learned to cook on all my little brothers. They didn't make no difference how big a mess I made. They ate it anyway.
Well, Louise always stayed in the house and done the housework, and I had to go to the field with the boys. I learned to plow with leather lines and an old plow, because my little brothers was going to school that year, and we didn't have nobody, you know, to do all the things that had to be done when you're farming and raising a family like Mom and Daddy did. And I don't know, I guess I was born up there on the White Place, and that's where I learned to walk. And that's where
Bolte place where you was born.
Bolte Place, and then we moved over to the White's Place, and that's where I learned to walk, and that's where I found my husband. 2-year-old.
And you've been white.
One spring when Lavelle and I were about 10 or 11 years old, J.C. was sick. I don't remember if he had the mumps or something, but he couldn't plow, and the time for getting the crops in were ready. And Lavella had one turning plow and a mule, and I had another, and we were going around and around the fields, breaking the ground.
We did it. It was hard, but we did
toting
it.
water for. JC and Lovella had scarlet fever, Louise.
Well, they were sick, but I don't remember what was wrong with it.
It wasn't
Wasn't
scarlet
scarlet
fever.
fever, it was
Measles.
Malaria?
malaria.
Malaria. You're right. And it was, you had so much fever when you had this malaria. Until my favorite place was behind the cook stove, and I'd crawl in behind the cook stove, and that's where I'd lay, because it was warm back there. And let me tell you this, where I got my nickname was from JC, and he called me Tank, and they still do. Calls me Tank.
I wasn't one of them favorite young'uns. I had to fight my way all the way through.
Did you tell them how you got your name?
Me?
Just did, yeah.
You tell them their name was Granny?
Yeah. Because I was always behind.
How did you get yours?
Me? I was born out red-headed. Clarence couldn't say red, and he called me Eddie. He called me Ed. He didn't talk plain till he was 5 years old. He talked, but he didn't say nothing.
You had another name too.
My mother had a big old black.
You want to give me that?
She used to make buckwheat cakes, and when we'd go in for breakfast, why, there was that old cattle laying up there, and she'd be stirring up them buckwheat cakes. And one morning we looked over there, and she was stripping the dough off of that old black cat and said, "Why, you rascal, that's the 3rd time you done that this week." And I'm a lying.
I know there's one in the bunch, but I don't know who it was.
I didn't think Dad let you do that.
When the boys were growing up, and we'd be coming from the field, they'd run off and leave me. Louisa's already at the house, and they'd run off and leave me, and I'd cry and follow along, you know, and one day Willis come up behind me, and that's the last time I got behind.
He had a plow line.
Yeah.
Well, see, they'd make me go to the house and help Mama.
Well, you need not tell me like you.
Come on, let's tell it, Dad.
You skipped me there.
No, come on.
That's Smalley.
Yeah, the reason they called him Smalley was because he had a decompression in his long hair, and he never could gain no weight. He was just a little old skinny guy. Mama had the flu when she was carrying him, and we all called him Smalley because he is the littlest of the bunch.
Yeah, I weighed 98 pounds when I was 17 years old.
Okay, y'all tell us about your military stuff.
Oh.
There ain't no part they tell.
Hey, that's the 50th anniversary on the USS Pittsburgh.
I stayed 22 months in the Navy, World War II, and we got into a typhoon and lost 104 foot of the USS Pittsburgh and didn't lose a man. And so then we had to be escorted out to keep the submarines sinking us. And we all made it back to the United States safe.
Our mother had 4 sons and 2 son-in-laws in the service, and they all came back alive because she stayed on her knees and prayed for them all the time.
Who was in the Navy? Who was lost in the water?
Didn't lose anybody.
He was in the Navy. I had to toss Cobb in the bathtub to get him to take a bath.
You were in the Navy too, though.
No.
Merchant Marine. And you were in the...
100 years in Merchant Marines, huh? He painted the whole fleet.
50 years ago, that'd been 1944.
Yeah.
January 1944, I left New Orleans to go in the South Pacific. And I stayed down there. Ain't that many years down there?
Yeah, I left in May of 44.
Well, anyhow, I rode them merchant ships for about 5 years. I crossed the Atlantic 22 times and went around the world, sailed the South Pacific, honeymoon.
We'll skip. We'll come back to him.
First I was in the Army and up in Kentucky, Fort Knox, Kentucky, and I left there and I went to Germany. And I went to Germany and I came back. Then I left here and I went to San Francisco and I went to Okinawa, went to Japan. And as we come back, I seen the coast of Alaska. I guess it was 40 below. So I came back and got off in San Francisco on Christmas Eve. And one of my brother-in-laws down here was watching television news, and they had it on, and so he seen me coming down the drain. I came on home.
What year was you born?
1928.
You better give your names, because when our grandkids and all start looking at this, we'll have to butt in every time and say which one you are and when you were born.
I'm Donald. My name is Donald Nathaniel West. And my nickname is Cobb, and the way I got that, when I was a little boy, J.C. used to go slop the pig, and I'd slip around and throw cobs at him. So they got to call me Cobb. So, that's about it, too.
Okay, when did you marry?
I married Juanita Poole.
What year? What year?
1949. We have 2 sons. Kenneth and Nathan West. I guess it's West Bunch.
Tell us about them.
All over the world.
We don't ever get to see them. We might hear about them.
Well, Kenneth is the oldest, and he attended, both of them attended college down here at Alabama, and they live out there pretty close to us now.
I was in South Pacific.
Out in Alpharetta, Georgia.
What kind of work do they do?
Kenneth worked for the GE company, General Electric company, and Nathan worked for Siebel Vision. And so Kenneth, I guess, been General Electric 15 years, and Nathan been Siebel Vision for about 7 years. And I have 5 grandkids. Kenneth has 3.
What I worked in.
Adam, Amy, and Emily. Nathan has 2 boys, Jason and Jonathan. Yeah. So that's about it. Boston, Massachusetts.
Now go back and let them give their birthday and all that, when they was born.
Did you get his birthday?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
They need your birth date, who you are, and your kids.
Okay. I'm Clarence West. I'm married to Pauline, Herb, and we have 3 children. 1 girl, Carolyn, and the oldest boy is Anthony. And then we had Lynn, and he got killed in a car accident in 1985. And so now we have 3 grandchildren, 2 boys and a girl, and have 1 great-granddaughter. And she's doing real well at this time. She's about 1.5 years old. And I guess that's about the whole history of it. I'm 70 years old, proud of it.
I'm Homer West, and I was born in 1925 in Cullman, Alabama, Cullman County. And there was 5 of us, 7 of us boys, and there was 3 on each side of me, so I was the middle boy. I married Catherine West, Count West, in 1947 in Cullman, Alabama. We had 4 children. Had 2 sons and 2 daughters, which is living in well today. And finish up my military career, you might say military career. I served in the South Pacific the same time my brother did. And made it back safe. I've lived in the state of Georgia since 1950, and that's where we reside now, in Alpharetta, Georgia. That's all. You still looking at me there?
Oh, yeah. It's still going.
Well, I'm through.
Okay.
My name's Sam West. I was born June the 13th, 1931. And I lived on the farm till I was 19 years old, and I left and went to Michigan, went to work for General Motors. In 1951, I went to the Army and spent 2 years in the Army. I first went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, then to Fort Lee, Virginia. I took my basic training. And I left March the 21st to go to Germany. We stopped in France, Germany, and I wound up in France. Spent 18 months over there, and I came back, and I married Reva Wright. We have 2 children, 2 grandchildren. We have Sharon, Katrina, we have Rhiannon and JC, our grandchildren. And I'm the youngest and ugliest of the whole family.
Now, if I said that, well, you get mad.
Well, sometimes you have to tell the truth before you do it all. And we live in Alpharetta, Georgia, or Woodstock, Georgia, this present time. I'm 60, will be 63 years old, June 13th. They always told me, you don't know how I got the name Sam?
This is my mom.
You know, my mama named me Hosmer Jerome. I asked her what she had against me. That's it.
I didn't know that.
What?
Osborne Jerome.
You better start back and get the married, how, you know, what first time they've ever.
Well, you all know when I married at least one time. 'Cause I was married first in 1935 to Leroy West, and we moved both at that time.
Did you want this?
And then
Oh, do you want me to write
he
the
died in
connection?
1959, and I married 9
Libby's,
years later to Fletcher Herndon. Moved to Hanscom. So I guess that's about all you need to know about me.
What about the kids?
Well, I have 4 children. Helen, Bonnie, Dawn, Sheila, West. And they were all West kids, too.
Wait a minute, back up.
You're all West kids, too.
You need to start over again.
Well, I married in 1935 to Leroy West, and I had 4 children. Helen, Bonnie, Dawn.
Yeah, you still
15 years
recording?
later.
My mama, when I was
And it's
born and I
always
had red hair, my mama said, oh Lord, I'm ruined.
And then in 1968,
Then when I come
I
along,
was
she
married to
knows
Fletcher Herndon.
because I had red hair.
Moved to Hanscom for a living. So I think y'all know the rest of my history.
Okay?
History of marriage life.
Married in 1938 to Alma Lightford. 1 son, 3 grandchildren, 1 great-granddaughter. We've been married 56 years. Pretty good while, ain't it? Have to live with one person. Glad she made it.
What do you want me to tell you? Some more lies?
Well, let's go by halfway the truth this time.
Could I tell something on
Sure,
this?
sure.
Well, used to, we had strawberries, you know. I had a big strawberry patch. So Dad sent me in Low Valley and somebody else over there to rake straw. And we carried the mules over there in the wagon. Well, we come back at lunch, we led them back, and we started back there while she had a fit to ride the mule on the rider. So had to cross a branch that had water on it about that far. So we made it up together, you know, we helped her on that old mule, and boy, I mean, we swapped him going across there. He went down there like he's gonna jump out water and just stopped. He went off in that water. We scattered like curvy quail. That was one mad moment.
Now that's a fact. I'll never forget that.
Did y'all give us what year y'all were born?
Yeah.
We used to go into the woods and get brush brooms to sweep the yards. They didn't allow no grass to grow in your yard. You kept them all the grass dug up and you swept them with a brush broom.
Take a hoe and dig them up.
And we like to have dogwood to make a brush broom out of. And one time me and little fella went into the woods to hunt dogwood for a brush broom. Well, we was getting dogwood that day, and I made Lavella climb a dogwood tree because it had some real nice limbs up at the top, and she had something she was cutting them out with, and there was a snake up in that tree with her, and you talk about somebody getting out of that tree in a hurry. Now she come out of that tree in a hurry. She was so mad at me.
One time me and Clarence went to the woods, Zena was cutting wood for the winter.
Well, you remember?
And Lovella went with us and carried a bucket of water. It was in a lard bucket, for an 8-pound lard bucket. She carried the water. We got over there and cutting wood, and Lovella kept wanting to cut the saw, run the saw, you know. And directly I gave her a shove to shove her away. And I took off a run, and she picked up that 8-pound lard bucket and threw it at me. Hit me in the top of the head. Took about 8 or 10 stitches.
That's the reason he's bald today.
No, I didn't get stitches, but the hole was big enough for that man.
No, I didn't think so.
You never get to go to the doctor. There was 4 of them. You had to stand your ground or they'd run you off.
Lavella and me used to go in and clean the house up, and them 4 little boys would come through the house, and you couldn't tell we'd done a thing.
Oh, I believe that.
Did you tell who you married? And okay, y'all get
When you was born first.
I've already told mine.
You got to do that.
In 1939, this tall, good-looking guy come from Mississippi over into Alabama, and he played the guitar. And boy, that was right up my line. I liked that. So he used to go to the parties where we'd go, and I went over and I liked to sing, so I went over and started singing, and that started it all. And we married October the 5th, 1940.
What was this fella's name?
Oh, his name was J.L. Tomlin. Tomlin. And I've been with him nearly 54 years, and I'm still with him, and it gets better every day.
Tell about your children.
And the first year we had Gail. She was born July 1941. And then we had a little girl, and we lost her. And then 6 years after Gail was born, we had another little girl, and her name is Phyllis. And then
16 years.
I helped Mama raise all of her children, and I didn't want no big family. Then about 9 years later, I changed my mind, and I got that boy I got.
His name
The Lord gave him to me. His name's Joseph Michael. And now he's 37 years old. That's been a long time.
What?
Here.
Did you hear your name called in vain?
I heard 37. I know that's how old I am now.
I'm ready.
Let's get it over with.
So you used to love yourself to be married.
Baby.
See, she loved
Gail was. Gail got married, I wasn't, but just a baby.
Now change it over.
Your turn.
Well, I met Henry when, like I said, when I was 2. I learned to walk out there on their place. And I've known the man all my life, and I knew if I could ever push that other redhead out of his life, I'd get him.
Now, who was that other redhead?
I better not use her name. I better not tell you. But finally he saw me, and that was it.
Finally looked your way.
Yeah, finally, after all them years.
Will he tell us about his war stuff, or is that too hard for him?
I don't have any idea he will because he's never told me. Never. He never mentioned it. He'll just say, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that."
Was he at Normandy on D-Day?
No. He was in Germany.
When his foot, what happened to
He
his...
stepped on a landmine. They had captured a house, and it had landmines in it, and he stepped back on one when he was right after they got in the house, and it blowed up and killed his buddy, but it just got his foot and leg.
And how was he then?
How old was he?
Or what year? Or you know?
No, I don't know what year it was. He might tell you that, but he just don't talk about it. He just don't want to talk about it. I don't question him. No, he can live in comfort with it. Well, I just don't have him relate it.
You know the ones that were on D-Day. They're going to be at the Coleman Shopping Center tomorrow morning to meet and talk. The ones from Coleman County.
How about that?
Informal, it says, at the Coleman Shopping Center. I don't know why. If they're going to have a little thing set up or what, but I don't know. Let's go see if Uncle Henry will come. Here is lawyer's office. I've been in putting in for a job, and they called one talking to Miss Bishop, and I give it back to them and give it to Miss Bishop, and she started talking. Well, you want to talk to my daughter-in-law? And he said, do you not know your name? Tell us about your story. When you was born, I know you and Mama's not that far apart, but tell us everything you can think of.
Tell you everything I can think of.
Be real careful, though.
Try to be nice.
I never was nothing but
We
nice.
know that'd be really hard for you.
I never was nothing but nice.
Yeah. Chasing all them girls, giving them a hard time.
I didn't do that.
Oh, you did.
Who told you that?
I know. Somebody told me that. And I believe it.
$15 for the cemetery.
Let me give you the other two then.
I got some. I'll give you some here.
That
You
way.
want me to give you some?
This is for the cemetery. I mean, we take care of all the rest of it. And I've got $15.
Give me some. Show me some money. I bet it's canker.
Now, one thing, you always
Get enough
used
to
to
pay for the
have chewing
shed
gum
and
in your
everything.
pocket.
Get enough to pay for the
I
shed.
forgot to get here this
No, we done
weekend.
taken care of that. This is
Just for the, well,
this is to go to the cemetery.
Whatever,
I'm
whichever
not
way.
getting old.
Yeah, we'll get. I'll take this over. I used to give it to Everett Glasscock, but he passed away. I'll see that I can,
find who it is.
I'll find somebody to give it to him.
Well, you want some money for this here?
We done got enough for this.
We done got enough for the shed, no. And pay the preacher, and then this is for the cemetery. And I'm gonna have to go to work, fellas.
Oh, you said an ugly word.
It's good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
Y'all have a good trip.
You know you said an ugly word.
We're gonna be up here tomorrow and Tuesday. Hopefully come over and look through them pictures, get that picture of mom and dad and take a couple of them.
Picture of the little kids down there too before we
If we
go.
go, just come on.
We'll try to get around.
Do you want us to move you out of the sun?
No, I come over here and sit down in the sun.
Oh, you did?
So it'll make me look like I've been working out in the sun.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but we know better.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah, we know better.
Making bees.
Get me.
They had a lake house there, Poison Lake, and I was probably like 6, 7.
What's he
And
gonna
you know,
call
back
it,
then
Mommy?
there was a baby who that had like 4 pieces.
A bathing suit with 4 pieces? Yeah, it was real cute. It had a jacket and like the 2 pieces and a little thing that would make like a 1 piece.
You know what?
And we went out in the water and we had life jackets on. There's all kinds of boys around. And when I went to take my life jacket off and let one of the other kids get in, I took it off and I didn't have a top on. My top had come off in the water.
Oh my God.
You know, at that age, that was so traumatic. You know, I bet. I just started.
Again, are you eating that ketchup? Is it good? Can I have a bite? Hmm? Can I have? I can't.
And but that's in that same time, LaDonna was running in their trailer and fell in the fireplace and knocked her teeth.
Are you serious?
And
So they have a thing about fire
the phone trip, she got the shade.
Oh, that's cute. And I let him. I mean, he's learning to stand up. And he's pretty good about it. I didn't even ask falling. If whenever he's standing on that moon, he's pretty good about it.
That's where it's blue red
That's for carrot,
Wait, I had
When I was a kid,
Alright.
You ain't nothing but a kid now.
when I was a kid, you took us, we went on the back of the truck and we went up to some man's house in Coleman that did this. And he took them off of us. Emily!
Did they come back?
And I come to you and took them off.
Can you remember what his name was?
His name was Man, but he's dead now.
Right. But I remember that.
Hey, come here. Tell him something. Tell him what kind of toy you have in your yard.
You don't have to turn it on Grandma. She feel like she's 85 tonight.
Oh.
Well, it was raining, a little bit, but it did let up. I come back and got her. I had to do rain cameras.
All right. Easy, don't you spill that.
Hey, girl.
She's been talking and playing with it.
Hey, look here. Hey.
She don't hear you, Grandpa.
She's in a day.
Hey.
Wave your hand.
Hey. Here you go.
There she goes.
She went and
Here we
got her
are.
picture made.
So I see you, Helen.
Look at here.
Talk
See
to
these?
her. Talk
Look
to
at
her.
here.
I see that, too.
Look over here where Grandpa is.
Boo, 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 boo.
Get her to talk to you.
Look at big shoes. Look
Gone.
at big
Running
shoes.
down the side of your face.
You better stay back up.
You need more.
Mama, that
Well, can you wait just a minute?
the new dress hanging up there, she wanted something for her to have a picture made in, wanted to have something. And there was a new girl in at Belts that was working in that department. She said it looked like that one had been returned or something. And they had the others marked down, and she said, well, I guess looks like about a $12 one. They were, 28, 30, 40 marked down to half, and then she.
Helen. There you go.